That sucks. I forgot to do an intro, the 30-second timer. So we're live.
Woo!
Live
Woo!
and in living color. Welcome, everyone, to Game and Talk. We are a week late because I honestly forgot that we were supposed to stream last Thursday since we moved Wednesday. But hey, things happen. We're here to talk about some stuff. And I guess I'm hosting the show today, but we have a returning guest. A big return, a much awaited return. Nate the Hate. Nate, how we doing?
I am doing well. Is this the first episode I've been on in 2025?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think we've only done like one or two in 2025, honestly, but
We were pretty
right.
consistent in January.
Yeah.
Were you?
I feel
We
like we
were.
were, but I don't know. I have short-term memory issues. But Nate is here. Celia looks kind of like a 1950s school teacher with a beehive going on.
Well, no,
Yeah,
it's not fun.
Nah, it's a little beehive.
No, it's a little fun.
Josie has Christmas lights in the background for some
It's
reason.
Voah. That's so pretty.
It's
a filmmaking thing. You would understand.
I was told seconds before we went on the air that nobody above the age of 14 cares about the Switch anymore, but they're still listening. So I guess I shouldn't say you're 14 because that would just be fucked up. But that brings questions about yourself. DC Fat Cat with a $2 dono. Providence style pizza is crap.
What?
I don't think Providence has a style.
No, we don't have a specific style of pizza. I mean, you go to some of the pizzerias in Providence, there'll be a New Haven style pizza. You have Caserta's, which is more traditional. There's no specific Providence style of pizza. It all depends on the pizzeria you attend and whether they're Italian, if they're Greek. A lot of pizzeria options, and they're all good.
Caserta's Italian because I have Caserta's in my family. There's a whole
Caserta's is a Italian pizza joint. Their pizza's awesome. It's Sicilian style.
I wonder if they're related to my Caserta's. At least they're not Canercos, right? Dave,
Paul.
Dave, talk about it. What's your game-breaking glitch in Avowed? I had one glitch so far. I don't care that this isn't. You know what? It's probably coming to the Switch too, anyways. So we're gonna talk a little bit about Avowed. I think it's fucking stupid as shit that so many people were so against this game without playing it, because I think this game is fucking great. I thoroughly am enjoying my time with it. I haven't seen everyone's gonna be woke. It's gonna be woke. Bro, they're making fucking jokes about virginity and shit. Like, I haven't seen a thing. I'm 7 hours in. I think it's been, the characters are a little ugly. The game has some even in performance mode, like there's still little chugs here and there when you're in like the cities and stuff. But bro, that combat is so fucking fire. It is so fire. You could customize, you could do it. I guarantee you there's nobody watching this that is like playing with my layout. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a freaking it's an ice axe and a book of spells. I got no defense going on. I'm juking and jiving like I'm fucking Emmett Smith. And like, bro, it's just so much fun. Like there's enemies in the water. Cast an electric spell in the water, and then they all get fried. Brett showed me something today. If you cast like an ice, the ice defense spell on yourself, you could Jesus it and walk on water. Like, it's so cool. It's so cool. Yeah, the story, and Dave, I get you on that. I don't know. The story is very overarching and like a lot of things I don't understand what the fuck they're talking about. So what I do with a lot of games like this, I take the small stories and then just make them their own little individual stories. And I don't necessarily worry about the overarching story as much. I could already kind of see how I think it's going to play out, but I love the decision making in the game too. How you could choose to kill someone, or like, someone that did me wrong, I could choose to kill them or I could let them go. I will say I wasn't a big fan of the fact that I can't kill random townsfolk, because some lady got really mouthy with me. and was like talking shit about my race, a racist essentially, and I wanted to kill her and it wouldn't let me. But I'm enjoying it, man. Is it the best game ever? No. Does it have some, minor problems? Yes. But overall, I think the combat just outshines, and the exploration is great because exploration is well rewarded. Side quests actually feel like a side quest, like you're questing, you're doing something with a purpose. You're seeing an area of the map that without the side quest you would have no reason to go to. You probably wouldn't even find it. So that's my little spiel on Avowed, which may come to Switch too. Nate, you got anything to add to that?
I've enjoyed my time with Avowed very much. As you said, the story is definitely not the strongest aspect of the game. It's interesting enough to keep you invested and kind of wondering what's next. But it's the exploration, it's that discovery. And the verticality of the game really adds to that exploration enjoyment. You can scale these mountains, these cliff sides. You can explore behind a waterfall. You attack these camps. You find tons of loot. You always want to see what's beyond the next corner because you can burn down spider webs. You can burn down ivy and you'll find a hidden cave or some sort of underground dungeon. It rewards you, as you're saying, and then the combat is just so fluid and fun, being able to fry the enemies with lightning while they're in the water, or freezing them in place, and then lighting them on fire, or just destroying them. There's so many options you can approach the combat with, and the fact that you can hot swap between two different loadouts, just with the press of Y, where you're saying, I want magic on one, hit Y, oh, and I have an axe and a shield for defense. It's so seamless. Yeah. And I remember leading up to release, the biggest concern about the game was the combat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like it didn't have any impact, or it was going to be slow. Yeah, and then it's one of the best parts of the game. It was such a surprise when I was playing the game saying, holy shit, this combat is a lot of fun. And bravo, they either turned it around or the marketing that they did for the game just really undersold the combat and the magic mechanics because they are fantastic. And it is a shame that...
I like the companions too.
I don't mind... I mean, I'm not a big fan of Kai.
I like using his abilities, though.
Yeah, I like his abilities. I like when he can, jump out. He shoots him with the fire shot and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm just not that big of a fan of him as a character as I got deeper into the game. I think there's better companions that you are introduced to.
The little short dude, the dwarf, I like him. He's
Marius.
He's very well written. Some of the characters
like
are kind of, but I like him. Thomas 1598 says, "Why would play Avowed? It looks like a PS2 game."
No,
you are on a Nintendo Switch show talking about graphics of a modern game. Like, bro, come on with that. You can't. Come on, man.
I mean,
come on.
You play Avowed, you go into an evening setting, and you see all the bioluminescence from the mushrooms and stuff, and you don't tell me that game isn't beautiful.
No, I'm playing on performance mode, and I'm like, wow, this looks like, I don't understand, like, what the fuck people expect from these games. Like, would you rather have a game that looks great, but it plays like shit, or would you rather have a game that looks good and plays well? Like, to me, that's the happy balance. I would rather a company spend more time fleshing out the gameplay, fleshing out the combat, fleshing out the exploration, then, we gotta have ray tracing and and you gotta have these effects going on. Like, that's not shit that's gonna last. That's not shit that's gonna stick with you. That's not shit that's gonna propel you to keep playing the game. The gameplay is. Vampire Slayer 83 with a big $20 dono. Hello, ladies. Valvinus, come on. RGT, it's great to see you're not in jail after the Nintendo Ninja came after you. You and John better prepare those suits, though. I think I'll be okay. They didn't follow up on an email, which is kind of strange.
The fact that you made that whole video was insane. Like, actually so crazy.
I was bored. I had nothing to do. I like to have fun.
I was streaming and people were like, wow, I can't believe people actually came after RGT. And I was like, you guys are insane.
Dude, I literally say at the beginning of the video warning, this is mostly satirical because but people didn't pick. I had people giving me like I checked the email and I don't think it's a real email address. I'm like, holy shit. Nate, great to have you back. I get they care about your microphone too. In all seriousness, I hope you're all doing well. I'm doing all right, man. Doing all right. Went to grandma's today, had a nice feast for lunch. It's good times. My grandpa was evidently there's been like one robbery in their town in like the past 20 years, and now he's like, you think I could put this door in front of our door to secure it? I'm like, no one's gonna fucking. You've lived here since 19. You bought this house in like 1960, and the worst thing that's ever happened was I remember this. Some kids shot paintballs at one of the windows. They were just like driving by shooting paintballs at houses, and like they called the cops on them and stuff. And I was in like 1992, so those kids are probably like dead. And I was like, okay, whatever. But yeah, Avowed is pretty fire. Josh Storch, we don't talk about High on Life. Thank you for the $2 donation.
Why?
What? You're a High on Life fan?
Yeah, I played the whole game and I actually
enjoyed
loved it. I thought it was funny.
I know you like it.
It's so funny. You don't think it's funny? It's hilarious.
I mean, I kind of got sick of the talking guns around 75% through the game, where I was kind of like, can you just shut the hell up at this point? But the gameplay mechanics and the loop I thought were enjoyable. I remember MVG quitting the game in the first 5 seconds because they do the fake out double jump. So it's like double jump. He jumped once and fell and died, and MVG rage quit the game. He's like, fuck you, game.
It's so funny. That's crazy.
You know, I don't. Zeno Wilder, do you think Avowed will be the closest way to play Elder Scrolls 6? I don't really see this as an Elder Scrolls game. I see this more as an outer, like an kind of an extension of the Outer Worlds formula. A bit more so than just like an extension of like something like New Vegas or something like that. You know, but all the stuff leading up to this game. Nate just got abducted. All the stuff leading up to this game really made me think it wasn't going to be as good as it was, and I'm actually quite surprised. You know what I think it is, and then we're going to move on from Avowed. I think it's because it's not anti-woke enough for one group, and it's not woke enough for the other group. It's just like a normal kind of game. So people are like, what do I do? Do I like this game or do I talk shit about this game? And that's the fucking problem with aligning yourself as a diehard in one of these groups. Anyways, so Nintendo.
Wait, hold on. I have a game
Holy
to ramble
shit.
and wait 12 minutes for.
What?
Okay.
All right.
So, wait, is my mic really that bad?
I'm gonna. You're good. I believe I can lower your audio a little bit.
Yeah, lower.
Oh, was it that loud? I'm so sorry.
Like this. But that's okay because my deaf friend is watching this video. She can't hear shit.
What are you using for your mic?
I don't know. Nothing's working. I'm changing up the settings.
No, you know what it was? No, unmute yourself. You're fine. I can unmute you. I muted you again. Sorry. All right, you're good. Talk.
Hi. Blah blah blah.
You know what it was? Your fucking mic volume was on like 185 instead of 100. I don't know.
Oh my god.
So that's why you sounded so blown out.
Okay, do I sound normal now?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, you sound fine.
Okay. Cool. Hi guys. Okay. Okay.
Oh god, you're gonna talk about that fucking. I know what game you're gonna talk about.
Whoa, if she's gonna talk about Bloom and Rage, what's wrong with that?
The game with the teenagers or whatever.
The 100 line Last Defense Academy. Okay, the demo just came out on Steam, but it's going to be out on Nintendo Switch, so this is relevant. It's by the same creator of Danganronpa and like Rain Code, and it's such a good game. And like also if you like the Zero Saga series, like they're like he's a part of that too. Like not like the Zero Escape games. He just came out with a new game and it's really cool and I'm really excited to play it and it looks really fun and it's like tactical and you have to survive 100 turns.
That was on a direct, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
The demo's finally out because it's it was like super deep in development at the time when they announced it, and I'm really excited for it. And the game needs more attention. And like I saw the creator of it, he was tweeting a bunch and like answering a lot of questions, and like he was talking about how like it's not getting localized everywhere because it's hard to find, since it is such a small game, and how there isn't a lot of like, I guess, financial backing with it because it's so small that they don't have the opportunity to, to localize it everywhere. So I just wanted to talk about it and spread awareness. The demo's out. I haven't gotten to check it out yet, and I'm really excited to play it because I really like those games.
There's another game I've been playing too.
I thought you were going to talk about Lost Records, Bloom and Rage.
Yeah, Lost Records.
Oh, okay. I'll talk about that next time. I've been really busy with the Shovel Knight concert, so I can only hyper focus on one game at a time.
I do have a recommendation. I'm not playing it on Switch, but the game came out on Switch, and the style of the game, it should be fine on the system. Killer Frequency. It came out in 2023, I think. It's a good game. You basically play as a radio DJ in like 1987, and there's like a killer in the town, and like something happens with the 911 people. So because it's a very small town, so they wire the calls into the radio station, and like people will call in and be like, oh my god, the fucking killer's here, what do I do? And you have to like talk them through like what you think they should do. It's actually very interesting, and there's like puzzles to solve and stuff like it. It's very well done. It's not the longest game in the world, but it's pretty fun. I actually liked it more than I thought I would. And it's still kind of wonky because like your person in the room with you, like your Robin. I don't know. Well, the only radio people I know is Howard Stern and Robin. So you're Robin that's like orchestrating everything. Like she'll still be like someone will be on the line and be like, the murderer's about to kill me, I'll call you right back. She'll be like, all right, play another song. It's like, what the fuck, bitch? Like the motherfucker's about to kill some people out here. But like the music's good too. All right. So we've rambled for 20 minutes about random shit, but now we're getting into the meat and potatoes. The meat and potatoes of this show. The Nintendo Switch. No. So Nintendo made some very interesting decisions yesterday, with very little lead up to them. And people are kind of a bit upset about it. Now, there's obviously different avenues that you can take with your analysis of it. But the first thing is that they announced that the Nintendo Switch voucher program will not be carrying over to the next system, meaning that if you could get 2 games for $100, making each game $50 on digital purposes or digital. Did Josie's camera freeze, or is she just stuck in that position? Oh no, she's not blinking.
Wait, what?
Is it frozen?
Still?
Yeah, you got hit with my ice axe that I'm using in Avowed.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right. There's the alien. The alien's coming back. Maybe it's for her. Maybe it's not for Nate. But they got rid of they're essentially saying the voucher program won't carry over. So if you bought a game with the voucher program, it's not going to be able to be used on the Switch too. So immediately people say, oh, well, there's going to be a separate voucher program for that. And I mean, maybe, but I think that does raise quite a few questions about the voucher program itself. And I was wondering if maybe Black Camera Josie had anything that she thought about this, if she's a fan of the voucher program. All right, that was some good insight. Celia B with 3 E's.
Yeah.
What do you think about the voucher program?
I found it convenient when I remembered that it existed. Honestly, like that's about it. I think it's cool. It's a bummer that they announced it so abruptly that they're going to be phasing it out. It's understandable since they've announced that they're transitioning to the new console, and it's to give enough breather room. So if they do announce something for that, people get more focused on like what's next. And they've like given a window of time for people to stop being upset about losing whatever they had earned up before on the previous console.
Okay.
So it
God
makes sense.
damn it. We're not talking about the gold coins. We're talking about the voucher program.
Is that the same thing? I thought it was the same thing.
The voucher program. I explained it.
I thought they were phasing that. Wait, they're phasing 2 things?
Okay. The voucher program is where
Uh-huh.
you purchase the voucher, and that gives you access to 2 first-party games for
I've never used that
$100.
in my entire life.
Okay. So Celia doesn't have much insight on that, but she has insight on the next topic that we'll be talking about.
Yeah,
And
I thought it was the same thing. I was like, wow, like they have
No,
conflicting
'cause
names for these things.
I have a lot of things to say about the other thing. Nate, the voucher program.
Yeah, I wasn't listening. I'm sorry.
Yes,
Maybe-
the voucher program.
All right. You know what it is. We're off to a good start.
Yes, I am familiar with it, and if you do recall, they did discontinue the voucher program in North America for a substantial part of the Switch's life cycle, while it remained active in Japan and Europe. So there is reasonable expectation that individuals like Celia may forget exactly what it was, because it did kind of disappear for a number of years.
I've never used it. I thought it was we were just using those words interchangeably.
Well, see, I mean, I never used the voucher program myself because I was mixing and matching physical games with some digital purchases, so I never really prioritized going with the voucher program. I think it was a very nice program. It offered you a nice discount where $100 you got 2 games. So instead of paying $120, you were paying $100. But as we go to the Switch 2, there is that expectation Nintendo will increase the price of Switch 2 games to $70. So I wouldn't really expect them to honor a voucher system at $100 for games that would cost you $140 in total. That's a significant discount that Nintendo definitely wouldn't give their customers. So taking away the voucher
Fuck 'em,
program
that's
worldwide, yes, it's kind of anti-consumer in some sense. But it's not to say they're not going to introduce a Switch 2 voucher program once the hardware is available to us later this year. So right now, it's kind of a situation of wait and see. Let's see if they do introduce a replacement program to the voucher system for Switch 2, or if this is really the end of the voucher program in its entirety. I didn't use it that much, so I'm not that impacted. I think the gold coin is a bigger topic, and you can bring that up now.
We will add before we got to read some of these. RG the Guido with a $4.99 dono. Hey guys, I hope everyone is doing well. Nintendo Switch Direct soon, Nate.
I am not aware of any impending Nintendo Direct.
Mac Mega with a $2. Celia and Josie are giving me Tifa and Aerith vibes tonight. Well, Josie is lost in the abyss. I mean, if you can't get your camera to work, like that's fine, dude. You could just be on voice.
Am I like? Is it working?
No,
No,
but
you're
we
a
can hear
black
you.
screen.
Why? This is crazy. It doesn't even show up like that on my thing.
Thomas the Tank, 1598 with a 279 Canadian. Can Celia talk about Persona 5?
Sure. Makoto is best girl. I've done 100% social link run in all the Persona games I've played, which is 3, 4, and 5. I haven't played 1 or 2, but we don't talk about 1 or 2. Persona 5 is really fun. It's one of my favorite games for the PS4, but it was also available on PS3, and I think you can Royale got upgraded on PS5. I don't know though. I didn't try. I already own the game. But it's really cool. I like it. I played Royale kind of. So my friend played through the main storyline, and when I got to the new redheaded character, we all played it together, and it was really fun. I wasn't expecting the DLC to be as long as it was. I thought it was going to be like a quick 4-hour, like then we're done. But it was hours upon hours of Persona goodness. It was a good time. Okay, I bought time. Josie, how you doing?
She's
Am I?
hear
Can
you.
you hear me?
Oh, and you got a picture. We're good to go.
That's cute.
But yeah, so let's talk about these gold coins, because this is some bullshit, is really what it is. Nintendo is discontinuing the gold coin program on, I think it's March 29th. So basically you have between now and March 29th to accumulate coins and use said coins, and then they go bye-bye. Now, if you bought digital games, even if you bought physical games, you would actually accumulate these gold coins. And with these gold coins, you would save money by purchasing digital games. I can't tell you how many times I would go to buy the game or to buy a game, and then I'd be like, oh, I wonder if I have any gold coins. And then I would have some gold coins, and I would use said gold coins to get a substantial discount or even sometimes free games. Sometimes stuff that I wouldn't have bought otherwise, but I'd accumulated these gold coins. But just out of the blue, they're getting rid of this. And many people are quick to say, oh, well, they're probably going to do another program. Okay, what the fuck does that have to do with the gold coins? You see, here's the thing. You're doing this, you're ending it on March 29th. The Switch is not coming out, or the Switch 2 is not coming out on April 2nd. Okay, Switch 2 is not coming out till June, maybe July or something like that. In the meantime, people are still going to be buying Switch games. They're still going to be buying Switch systems. They're going to be buying that shit after it comes out. If you are announcing that you are shutting something down without also announcing the replacement for it, I have no reason to believe that you are going to replace it. And considering the financial state of your company, it's kind of shitty. It's
yeah, this
shitty.
feels like Nintendo just being super greedy. Like, this is their one thing that was to sort of give back after buying like a bunch of games. And I did something similar where I would like try to buy an indie and it would just be completely covered by my gold points, which was
all right. Your mic cut out now, so I guess the Amish internet. Celia, I feel like you might have some things to say about gold coins. Would you like to share them with us?
Yeah, I do have things to say about this one. What if I just started talking about vouchers? Wouldn't that be a funny little switcheroo?
I mean, you can.
I mean, I don't know. So vouchers, yeah, that's a really cool direct-to-retail program that they. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so for gold coins, it does make sense that they are ending it since the Switch 2 is announced, and because if it's closer to the release of the console, then a lot of people, if they don't have that feature or something similar or something to placate that, which doesn't seem like they're moving it over since they're ending it and they're like, spend your shit or else. It's just kind of like one of those things where, it gives breathing room for people to kind of accept, okay, that's what happened, and then move on to the next thing. That feels, it can feel anti-consumer, because it's a bummer, because like I too, keep my coins and spend them when I have something that I want to play. But, it's unfortunately, we're at the mercy of what they exactly want to do with that program. I hope eventually in the future we get something that replaces it, but, we don't know until they announce it. It's just kind of one of those things.
Nate, anything to add to the conversation?
I believe there will be a successor to the gold coin program.
So if there is, why are you ending it before the next system comes out? That's my problem with this. There is no reason to be doing that.
When you look at the timing, the optics are definitely strange. When you look at the timing of it ending, it's the end of their fiscal year. So to me, it suggests that they're ending it they're ending it with the fiscal year, because come the new fiscal year, when the Switch 2 will be introduced, they can announce and introduce a successor to the gold coin program, which potentially could have a different ratio for gold coin payout to dollars spent. Because right now it's you get, what is it, like $5 for digital games, $1 for physical?
Yes.
All right, so that ratio could change. And instead of just modifying the current program, they probably feel, though, it's better to just suspend it and introduce a replacement come the new fiscal year. I think they also need that program because every console manufacturer has some sort of incentive to provide to their consumer. With Microsoft, you have the Xbox reward system where you do weekly and daily quests. You're given points, and you can then cash those in for Amazon gift cards, Xbox gift cards, Game Pass, monthly subscriptions, and then you have Sony with PlayStation Stars, which is definitely inferior to what Nintendo and Microsoft have available to the consumer. So I think Nintendo has to continue to do some sort of gold coin program. Hopefully what they introduce with a successor does have value, and it's not going to lessen significantly what you get in the conversion rate of dollar to coin. You have to give something back to the consumer to incentivize you to purchase those digital games and build your digital library out. And let's say it is still like a 1 to 10 ratio. So maybe it's $7 with digital games.
You think it's going to go up?
Well, if prices are going up for games, will they go still that, that 0.1, or are they going to go lower? Because, I mean, if you go too low, people are going to say, well, there's no reason for me to do it. And I saw videos not that long ago from some Nintendo YouTubers of significant size who didn't even know the gold coin program existed for physical games. They happened to hit the plus button and realize they could cash in their games.
Well, it tells you that. Like, it pops up and says you can earn coins.
Right, but we know how some end users never look or pay attention to prompts. So ideally, whatever they do next is a little more fleshed out, provides good incentive, but I do think there will be a successor program introduced at some point.
Josie, you want to try to talk again?
Do you think it's going to take a similar form, Nate? Or how do you think it's going to... Like, why would they just not carry over the gold coins thing? I guess I'm having a hard time trying to figure that out.
Hey, maybe they're just changing the branding where it's not going to be gold coins. Maybe they're going to use some alternate branding. They're just going to introduce a whole different thing.
No, motherfucker. I was told that my account was transferring over according to that graph and everything associated with it. And now I have to second guess that if my gold coins are not transferring over. That is a part of my Nintendo Switch Online account. True or false?
It is.
Maybe
Calm down, Downey.
Maybe the chart wasn't quite as active or as accurate as some people thought it was.
Well, things are always subject to change.
Always subject to change. I don't know. I just think it's shitty to do. It seems like you could still have a separate program for the new system, and then like after you announce that, you're like, hey, coming this summer, we're gonna be phasing out the Switch 1 stuff. Make sure you buy a Switch 2. Like I don't like the timing or the optics of it. It just, I don't know. It just seems like a weird thing to me. Vampire Slayer 83 with a big $20 dono. I am personally saddened that I can listen to Celia explain things I'm not interested in and be completely enthralled by the conversation. Don't know why. Anyway, give me my gold coins. I need to be Scrooge McDuck. Celia, that means you're supposed to start making videos on this channel. Mac Mega, member for 10 months. Even Josie's avatar can't believe Nate and the show is back. Damn right.
This is my Switch 2
face.
It needs flames. I'm very disappointed with the lack of flames in that photo.
Flames is only for something that's really bad.
Oh,
excuse me.
I thought it's
so
for everything.
Maybe for the gold coins, you know?
Yeah, I would flame the gold coins. Yeah. Patman 2254 with a 499er. What is the strategy for Nintendo / TPC to not release original Pokemon Red and Blue, etc. on NSO? Money. I still feel like they're gonna sell you some of those fucking games, like a Pokemon collection of like Blue, Red, and fucking Crystal or something. You know?
Yeah, it's just the fact that IP is so strong. They could just put them on the eShop for $10 each, and people would buy it.
They did that. I rebought Crystal on my 3DS.
Yeah,
they did it on the Wii U too. You buy them.
They could also just like remake them and think that it might take away from sales of the remakes.
I want a remake so badly of Crystal.
Whoa, they technically remade Yellow.
No, we don't want that.
Pikachu?
God, I hate they only use one controller for that shit. Give me a regular fucking game. Sorry, okay, continue.
I mean, they simplified it due to the popularity of Pokemon Go. It wasn't necessarily the best decision, but
Pokemon
it is
Go was a mistake.
What do you mean it was a mistake?
No, it was great. No, it was great. Pokemon Go was great, but doing that for the Let's Go, it was cool. It's a great entry-level game for people, and also, it's great. Like, Go is great mobile, like for mobile. That's amazing. But I'm just sad because I wanted a 3D remake of the original game so badly. And I dreamed of that for years. And getting like Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu, just it wasn't what I wanted, so I'm very sad.
Do you think they could
Selfish.
still do it?
Yeah, of course they could. I'd buy that shit. Everyone
I would too. Yeah.
Mac Mega, who hasn't been listening very well, with another $5 dono. I can see why removing services is anti-consumer, but did anybody on the panel really use gold coins? Be honest now. Hard to care if no one used it.
Yes.
I believe all four of us gave examples of us using said gold coins. Mr. Mega, please get the earwax out of your ear and make sure that you are tuned in. Make sure you're listening to the right show, not the other show that's going on right now that will teach you about a GameCube inspired control or keyboard. That's a good thing to have. Does anybody have anything else that they would like to add to this conversation?
I hope that they make a successor to that program because it is cool, but I hope they're not being greedy. We will see.
So what do we think about what do we think about the direct stuff? I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna set an alarm for 9:30 tomorrow so that I can wake up at 9:40 and then just check my phone to see if a stealth mini drops at 10 a.m. And then if there's not, I'll probably just go back to sleep for like a half hour. Nate hasn't heard anything. Pornhub Brazil is very steadfast, and that's something we'll have. Like, what does this mean for Pornhub Brazil? Like, I feel like
he really thinks something is happening tomorrow, right?
Well, this week.
I don't know if he's given any specific timing beyond February.
Okay. He did say that, no, he kind of doubled down and said it would be this week because of a Pokemon Direct next week.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it's either tomorrow or the next, or Friday.
It's not going to be Friday. They don't do shit on Fridays. I don't think Friday is.
When would they like stealth drop a Direct though? I feel like that has like never happened.
No, they've done minis before.
Yeah, they stealth dropped the Direct in, I think, 2023. It was, what was it, like a Monday or Tuesday morning? They just said, here's a Direct.
Yeah.
But it was still, was it in advance or was it literally like, we're live right now with the Direct?
It's not live, it's just a video.
Yeah, it was just dropped.
Dropped the video.
I think it was a partner Direct they just dropped randomly one morning.
Yeah.
Now we remember things. Interesting.
Well, so a partner Direct, like, that's...
But a Direct Mini could be the same. I'm pretty sure they've done Direct Minis without hyping them up.
Yeah, when they use the Mini brand, they were typically just shadow dropped.
They stealth dropped the Switch 2 video.
Technically.
So, I mean, I don't know. Just to be safe, I'm going to wake up. I'm going to set an alarm. I usually don't set an alarm. I just sleep until my body decides to wake up and be like, hey, you got to do something. And I'm like, all right, dude, that's cool. But no, I hope there is. And, you know, even if it's just I'll be real with you. I honestly hope that it's tomorrow because I don't have a video planned for tomorrow. And that would make my life a little bit easier because I could just talk about that and everyone would be happy. You know, it's a nice topic to talk about. Fuck. What was our debate?
Worst Nintendo game, because Glover is getting a remake, and
but that's not a Nintendo game.
It released on Nintendo. That's when I played it.
So we're talking about games that have
any game that ever came out on a Nintendo platform.
Yes,
I call WWE 2K18 then.
Perfect.
That's a good one. Like everyone calm the fuck down. You have to have your game.
Oh, I thought you were going to say we have to talk about Glover first. You
will be chosen to speak about what your game is. Is this your first time on this show? Is this the first time we've done a debate on this show? No. There's rules and regulations to abide by.
I mean, to be fair, most of the rules and regulations are pretty loose.
They are, but there are still rules and regulations. Before that, Josh Storch, member of the Game and Talk, whatever the fuck Josie named it.
The certified gamers.
Certified motherfucking gamers. Thank you for the support, Josh. DC Fat Cat with a $2 dono. Why does nobody believe in Mario Kart 99? Why do some people not believe in Joe Hendry? Some questions just can't be answered.
Mario Kart 99 would be hype.
I'm good with 99.
Name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
I will choose Celia to go first. What is the worst game that's released on a Nintendo platform?
Okay, there are plenty of games that we could, talk about. On the NES, there's tons. On Super Nintendo, there's tons. But my first console was the Nintendo 64. So the first bad game that I ever played, isn't tie. One of it is Glover, and the other is Quest 64. Both of these games held a very special place in my heart because it was my introduction to bad games. So I'm going to say, since in honor of the port re-releasing, I'm going to say Glover. The controls are bad. The game is misleading. You can soft lock yourself in the tutorial. Fun fact, you can do that, and then you can't continue, and you just kind of have to restart the game. And it sucks. I was really excited about that game because it looked really fun and had all the elements of things that I really enjoy, like 3D platforming, a cute, colorful world, tons of things to explore, like a very linear, fun story. So I was really excited to play it. And then I wasn't having fun when I rented it from Blockbuster. And instead of going oh, wow, this game is bad, I should, not rent it again and play something else, I was like, oh, I guess I'm just not playing it right. So I just kept on renting Glover, trying to have fucking fun. And I did it. And I wasted 3 weekends on Glover. And it sucked. So anyways, that's my experience. And the reason why I just kept on thinking it was my fault, not Glover's, is because all the games I played before were like Banjo-Kazooie, Super Smash Brothers, Diddy Kong Racing, Mario 64, Pokemon, Zelda. Everything I played was a very good game. So in my head, there were no bad games. So that's why I was so surprised that there actually are. And that's my rant. Go team.
Did you play the PlayStation 1 version?
No, I had a Nintendo 64, not a PlayStation. Is it better or worse?
It controls better.
Ah.
A lot better.
Was it meant for a D-pad?
No, the PlayStation 1 had an analog stick.
Oh, because the reason is that, since N64 had its stick as well, I was thinking maybe it'd be like a Croc situation.
No, they just did better with the controls for some reason. Jose, what's your pick?
I choose WWE 2K18.
Have you played it?
Well,
okay, no,
disqualified.
disqualified.
What do you mean? Everybody says it's a bad game.
But you've never played it. You have to have played the game that you are going to choose.
I don't play bad games. That's my thing.
But you have played a game that you did not like.
Sure. Okay.
So, there you go.
Well, then pick Nate. Let me think this through.
I will pick myself.
Okay.
And
for the worst game?
I went through a lot of games in my head, but I think I'm gonna have to go with, because I thought maybe Superman 64. Maybe Taboo on the NES, maybe Troll and I on the Nintendo Switch. But honestly, when it comes to the accumulation of marketing, budget for the game, IP recognition, the fact that this was a major studio who made this game, I think the choice is clear as day. And that is WWE 2K18 on the Nintendo Switch system. That is by far the worst fucking game.
You literal cheater.
I'm not a cheater because I played the game. I bought the game at a premium price. I did multiple videos on said game because unlike you, I am a fan of wrestling video games. And I thought, hey, this will be fucking great. This will be amazing. Thank you, Lucas. Good pick, RGT. Surprised no one else mentioned
What
that
the
yet.
fuck?
I honestly feel like you can't play the game. It literally does not work. The game itself does not work. It doesn't function right. But friendships were made because of that game. Shout outs to my good friend, Stevie Richards. Nate, what's your pick going to be?
I may have a game that is vastly inferior to your selection.
Ooh.
It is a game I purchased as a child in my ignorance, wanting to relive other childhood memories. And this game came out on the Game Boy Advance. And I am referring to Mortal Kombat, arguably the worst game ever made.
Mortal Kombat Advanced is pretty damn bad.
That game barely functions. It was the first game that EGM ever gave a review score of 0 to. A literal 0.
Yeah, that is definitely. I mean, really, if you there were some very sus games on the Game Boy Advance.
But nothing as bad as that.
Yeah, I mean, I would rather play Street Fighter 2 on original Game Boy than play that.
Yeah.
Like that actually is. I played it the other day for some reason. It's actually not that bad, but yeah, Mortal Kombat Advanced. Okay, that's like, a good.
That's pick. It's just a really bad game. I mean, maybe that's kind of the only other game I was considering was Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival on the Wii U.
That's a good one too.
Because that game, that's not even a game. I don't know what that is. That's an abomination.
I remember when that came out, I was working for the website, and Nintendo they sent us everything, and they sent me everything, and I would distribute if I didn't want it. And I remember sending it to one of the writers, and he messaged me. He's like, dude, this is fucking terrible. I'm like, okay. He's like, I'm going to have to give this a really low score. I was like, okay. He was like, is that okay? I was like, okay. And like other people on the site were kind of worried. They're like, oh, because I think he gave it like a 2 or like a 1.5, and they were worried. They're like, oh, what about the connection? I'm like, it doesn't fucking matter, dude. Like, if the game sucks, the game sucks. And then everyone hated it, so it ended up working out. Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival. It was like a board game thing on a Wii U. It was fucking ridiculous.
It was it was terrible.
Terrible.
Yeah, I don't even know what that game is.
Your life is for the better.
They like packaged it with Amiibo for like $5 at the end of the Wii U's life cycle.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
Josie, what's your pick gonna be?
All right, after some soul searching, I realized I haven't played very many bad games except for one when I was a kid on the DS. One of the worst games I've ever experienced in my life, and one of the games that I was very excited to play. Avatar: The Last Airbender. They had a game on the DS, and I was real excited about it because I love that show. It's my favorite show of all time. And as a kid, it was like everything I ever wanted. So I get in this game, I start playing it, and I realize at no point in this game can you save. But it's an RPG, 40 hours long. It's a long ass thing. But there's no way to save. So I would have to like clamshell close my DS, hope it didn't die, and then plug it in. And the farthest I've ever gotten in that game is like 2 hours in because that's all I could do. And so it was just an absolutely missed opportunity, and it was really sad. And I'm still upset about it to this day because there's never been a good Avatar: The Last Airbender game released. Even when they came out with another baddie on the Switch, it sucked. So it's upsetting.
I mean, there's never really been a good Avatar: The Last Airbender or Avatar the movie video game, to be completely fair. Maybe just stop with the Avatar stuff. Vampire Slayer 83.
They're different things. They're very different.
But they both suck, is what I'm saying. One just looks like fucking wannabe Quail Man, and the other is like weird alien. Vampire Slayer 83 with a $20. Hey, Quail Man's legit though. $20 dono. Let's be real. We all know the worst Nintendo game ever is Superman 64. God, those rings are terrible. Quest 64 is a runner-up. There are no bad NES or SNES games, only misunderstood games. No, that's bullshit. They're Bebe's Kids. Bebe's Kids is misunderstood. The Taboo, The Sixth Sense on the NES.
Wait,
that's
time out. Sean, hold on. I have Taboo. What's bad about that game? I don't remember.
It's play it. Just play it. Play it. It's like a fucking tarot card reader 5-minute experience, and then that's it. It's not a game.
If you were really into crystals, I feel like you would like that game.
You're just not the audience, RGT.
There is no audience for that game. Vito Kafa 499er. Do you think a Nintendo Switch 1 Direct can take away some of the vibes from a Switch 2 Direct? Also, can you unblock my Vito Libido account? Thanks. I have never blocked anyone on this. Josie, can you look into that?
We block you if you harass us. So if you said anything super sexual to Celia or I, or hypothetically RGT, which I've never seen, or Nate.
What the fuck? There are plenty of people that say sexual things to me in here.
Stop harassing Sean. It's very hurtful, and maybe we'll unblock you.
I mean, he did
sexualize him in the ways that you have been.
It's very mean.
Explain what you did, Vito, in the comments.
Yeah, plead your case, and then maybe.
And we can do a poll.
Yeah, we'll do a poll for that. Because, I mean, I won the worst game by a country mile.
I feel like Nate kind of won.
I think I won.
No, because not enough people have played the one Nate talked about.
That's how bad it is.
And to answer your question, Vito Libido, I do not feel that it would that would take away from it. I have the Quest 3S. Christian, oh, Jesus Christ. Ben Trovato with $1.99. Don't know. Is that you in that picture? You look like you're doing something important and very American. Could a new / reimagined Star Fox come to Switch 2? I don't think Nintendo knows what the fuck to do with Star Fox.
If they go like Starlink style open world ish, and you can just explore different planets.
That was
with, like,
Ubisoft.
Yeah, but like maybe they take some inspo from that, or just give it to the Ubisoft team to make an actual Star Fox game.
I don't think. What is this shit? Checking out. Oh, okay. I thought you said check out the hottest pod on the block. I thought you were
self promo.
Yeah, I thought you were self promo. That's my fucking gig, pal.
Oh my God.
Prime. I mean, I think Star Fox to me should be an easy franchise, but for whatever reason, it's not. And I feel like the proof that Nintendo doesn't know what to do with Star Fox goes all the way back to the N64 days when they bogarted Dinosaur Planet from Rare and made it Star Fox Adventures.
But if they would mesh,
really fun, though.
Yeah, like if they would.
Yeah, but so was
Star
Dinosaur
Fox
Planet.
Yeah.
They made all these characters. They built out this world. They built out this lore. And then Miyamoto was like, mine now. And it's like, what the fuck, dude?
Correction, he was like, yoink. It's totally allowed if you say yoink when you take something.
Yes. Spyro Jones, member for 8 months. Nate and RGT, can you please explain the hate for Mario Sunshine? I genuinely do not understand it. Yes, it isn't the best 3D Mario, but it's still great. It's not great. At best, it is an above average 3D platformer, but that's not acceptable when it's Mario. As a Mario game, it is terrible. Give me Super Mario Land, okay? Over that. Pick a Mario game. Mario teaches typing. I'll check that out. Over that.
I mean, you also have to keep in mind, Mario Sunshine was the next 3D Mario to follow Mario 64. There was a lot of hype and anticipation for this game.
Mario 128. We had been seeing Mario 128 and shit.
Question. Do you think if Sunshine released before Mario 64, we'd be a lot nicer to it?
With the exact same mechanics and everything?
Sure.
No, because Flood is still a terrible concept.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. I don't know. I think about, not to draw parallels to Zelda, but remember when like we were really excited for the next Zelda game, and then they announced Wind Waker, and like everyone was like really fucking pissed that we were getting a cartoony ass Zelda game, and then we all loved it. And then when they released Twilight Princess, everyone made fun of it for how edgy Link was, you know. emo or whatever.
I didn't
and
make fun of it for that. That was
a lot of
fucking-
people
it was
did
awesome.
though.
Well, fuck
And
those
it's like,
people.
if they had released it, like they flopped, like flip flop the release, like the Twilight Princess looks like the game that we all imagined, like that we would have gotten on the GameCube, which we did, but you know what I mean. Like we all imagined it from the GameCube tech demo. So I don't know. I feel like less shit would have been given to those games.
I mean,
if
the
it
thing with
flopped.
Sunshine is you have Flood. I hate Flood. The camera in the game is fundamentally broken. The game was rushed. The best parts of the game are the floodless levels where you have a good challenge. There's just so many little things of Sunshine that don't really gel into a cohesive, fun experience. There are some moments of Sunshine that are genuinely delightful. The soundtrack is good. The water effects are fantastic. The mirror reflection is still mind-blowing. There's just so much jank in that game that I just cannot find enjoyment. And I tried to play it with 3D All-Stars, go back to it with, no nostalgia for it and say, okay, it's been 20 years. I can go in with a blank slate and nope, I still cannot enjoy that game. And then if you want to factor in the horrendous TV commercial that they had for North America with that terrible song of clean is better than dirty, go to hell, whoever made that song. That song is the worst thing to ever come out of mankind.
That's
Nate,
probably
can you
Reggie.
sing more of it, please?
What?
Can you sing more of it?
I don't remember all the lyrics. What is it? Clean is better than dirty, and dirty's meaner than clean. Mario
Cleanliness
needs a
is
helping
loneliness.
hand. Mario can't do this alone. And he's picking up napkins covered in sludge. If you're a kid, okay, Sean and I were like, what? We were 15 when Sunshine came out. The PS2 is dominating with Devil May Cry, Final Fantasy X, Metal Gear Solid 2. Xbox has Halo and Ninja Gaiden. And then Nintendo comes out with this happy-go-lucky, ridiculous song with Mario flying around with a water pack, picking up napkins. You really wanted to go to school the next day and be like, yeah, I played Mario Sunshine. No, you got your ass kicked for saying that.
The problem with Sunshine was it was graphics over gameplay. 100%. The gameplay stunk, but the graphics looked nice. CDMR, new member. Dwayne trying to get banned forever. Thought I saw something else.
Did he ever plead his case?
Vito Libido said he sexually harassed Nate.
So
I mean, okay.
it's definitely not
sure.
like if you did give us the real reason why you're banned, I feel like then we could talk about it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's not good.
I feel that
not a
we're
good
pretty
game.
good about like not banning people just willy nilly.
I don't think I've banned.
You got to do something to piss
see,
us off.
Alert. I don't understand the hate for Sunshine. That game was my childhood.
Nostalgia.
Nostalgia.
For some reason, I was expecting Sean to just ban Red for saying that. After we said, we don't just ban people willy-nilly. And then Sean's like, ban, you like Sunshine? Out of here.
You can like whatever you like, as long as you don't try to influence what I like and dislike. That is my philosophy. Don't
As a
come over here.
YouTuber, that doesn't really work out for you.
I don't give a fuck.
So all
I do
people
not-
do is they just yell about their favorite games and how you should love it.
I had some autist. Fuck, I didn't mean to say that. I had some acoustic person yesterday unfollow me because I said I liked Avowed. I was like, bro, I don't give a fuck. Go away. Bye. I like the game. Go fuck yourself. Casualties of Gaming. It's a $5 dono. Thanks, Nate. It had been decades since I heard that song. Also, Wind Waker was loved after it released. Yeah, it was. The problem with Wind Waker was the graphical style didn't look very appealing based off of the tech demo. When you compare that tech demo to what you ended up getting, it was a bit jarring for some people, and it kind of amplified that Nintendo's for kids sort of mentality that had just been around for so long. So and people could like whatever the fuck they want to like. And yes, Gravy, the characters do look kind of weird in the game. I will 100% give you that.
We also came from a time where we saw the Space World demo where you had Link fighting Ganondorf with the swords and everything. So we thought that was going to be the next Zelda game.
Mm.
The next time Zelda appears, it was with this weird cel-shaded, heavily emoted Link who is huge-eyed, winking, grinning as he sneaks around, and everyone just stops at, whoa, what the hell is that?
Yeah, that's why I said if it was flip-flopped, like, people would have given Twilight Princess less shit, and they would have been way more, I don't know.
You see, the problem with Twilight Princess is that the first 3 hours are arguably the worst tutorial a game has ever had.
And that's why you got to play the Wii U version, because they cut down on it.
I don't know.
And that better be the version that shows up tomorrow on the Nintendo Direct. All right, folks, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up over around these parts. If you are a channel member, you have access to the after show, or if you are a Patreon member, you also have access to it. Josie will be dropping the link on the post tab. It is no longer called the community tab. It is now called the post tab. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. We'll be live in probably about 5 minutes or so over there. You can hang out and ask us questions and stuff like that. Thank you to everyone for hanging out with us. We peaked at well over 350 for this show. It's good to be back. We'll be more regular with our scheduling as we get closer to things. Josie, anything you want to shill?
I just posted a video. Go watch my video. It's about NES. Super Mario Bros. It's a banger. I shot it in a super nice camera. I went all crazy with the production, so I'm happy with how it turned out. So check it out if you're interested.
Nate, anything you want to promote?
MVG and I will have an episode maybe by the end of this week or early next week, so be on the lookout for that.
Interesting timing. And Celia B with 3 E's, anything you'd like to promote?
Yeah, the Shovel Knight concert. The New York showing is this weekend on Saturday. It starts at 8 p.m. at the Town Hall concert hall. And yeah, I'll be there. It's going to be a really cool time. We had rehearsals today, and apparently they were amazing. So I'm really excited to see it, and it'll be fun, and I'll be there. And if you buy VIP, I'll be a part of the meet and greet as well.
Be on the lookout for that. ShovelKnightConcert.com.
Cherish life and never waste.
Everyone loves the sunshine.
Are we gonna get it?
Probably.
Yeah, John turns off.
It's not me. Goodbye.